Welcome back. October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and this morning we're learning how personal hygiene habits can increase your online safety. Joining us this morning, Security Intelligence Director of Webroot, Grayson Milbourne. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, super happy to be here.
This is really important. Okay, so interesting comparison here. How does the personal hygiene relate to cybersecurity?
Well, I think it's as a society, we need to take additional precautions to protect ourselves from the digital equivalent of illness. And sort of so how we teach our kids to wash our hands to prevent spreading germs, I think it's equally important to have cybersecurity awareness, to take some extra steps to prevent the pain and suffering that can come from a cybersecurity incident. Things like losing access to your files and folders, your pictures, account takeover like your email, all the way down to identity theft, which can be quite a painful experience to go through.
What are some red flags that we should be aware of?
Well, so as far as red flags, I think one of the big scams that has really increased recently are telephone-based phishing attacks, where somebody will actually call you. And unfortunately, with some of the advancements in AI, it enables them to really easily mimic a voice of somebody you know. And so if you get a call, but it's not from a number that is that person's normal number, you should be really suspicious if you're actually talking to them. And really a good way to get around that is say, hey, hold on, let me call you back, and call that person using the phone number that's in your phone.
That's so creepy. I did not know that was happening.
Yeah, and really the way they do it is they'll call, and if you have your voice on your answering machine, they can take your voice from the answering machine and use that sample as enough data to mimic your own voice.
Wow.
So it unfortunately causes us to be a little bit more precautious. So it's really important that we're aware of these risks.
Yeah, all right, so some other tips to protect viewers as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think starting young is really important, right? Like when it comes to hygiene, we teach our kids, wash your hands, don't spread germs, right? Cough into into the corner of your arm. Those little things go a long way in preventing the transfer of illness. And so I think it's equally important to teach our kids at a young age the value of cybersecurity hygiene. And for me, if I'm to give like one really big tip, it's protecting your email account. Your primary email account is really the holy grail for cyber criminals, and if they can break into that, they can see what other accounts you have. It's then easy for them to request password resets, and then they can take over everything. So the way to prevent that is ensure that your main email uses a different password from every other account, and then go through that extra little bit of time to add multi-factor authentication, which is really easy today in that you just open up the app, you type in the code. That little bit of inconvenience can go so far in really preventing a headache that you don't want to deal with.
Real quick, would you recommend people take their voice off of their voicemails?
No, I think it's more of just changing how we recognize suspicion, right?
Okay.
So if I get a call from my mom and it's like from a weird number and I'm like, hey, why are you calling me from there? And she's got some odd excuse, I'd say, hold on a second, let me just give you a call back. And I have some personal friends who've almost had their parents fall victim to a very similar type of attack. When you go on vacation and you're like, hey, I'm in Mexico, and then all of a sudden they get a phone call saying that you've been kidnapped. But
right.
Wait, have you been kidnapped? Or like, maybe I should give my, use the number you have to reach the person using the way you traditionally do, because a lot of these scams start off with that first step of misdirection and contacting you in a way that you're normally not used to being connected with.
Oh, great tips this morning. Really appreciate you.
Yeah, happy to help.
Thank you.